Hey Orange family, and welcome to day 81 of your Orangetheory at home workouts. Today's workout is going to be focusing on that lower body, that core, using mini bands, one heavy object and an elevated surface. Think step ups. At 10 a.m. today you can join us for a coach-led live Zoom workout with Coach Charlie from Derby. So don't forget, you can hashtag us at Orangetheory at home, and also I can, I will. Orange family, stay safe. So let's go get that burn.
This total body dynamic warm-up is going to be 6 minutes of work, 3 exercises. We're going to go ahead and start 30 seconds per side of a hip rock. Starting in a tabletop position, we're going to kickstand one leg out, sitting back on that heel, really working those hips and inner thigh. At 30 seconds, you'll switch sides. Next up, we have a hamstring stretch into a knee tuck. Kickstanding one heel forward, toes pointing towards the ceiling. We're sitting back on that back leg. Then we'll rock forward, driving that back leg up, knee to about hip height. Last but not least, we have 1 minute of a seal jack. Arms nice and wide to open up the chest, feet nice and wide as well. An option here, we can always step it out and back to a starting position. You have 2 full rounds. Go ahead and get warmed up.
Fight can easily die. Yes, I swear that it'll rise with or without you. Praise is for the lack of mine. Today, for a second, think I will keep quiet, 'cause I will be fine with or without you. I can feel it burning through like fire. Yeah.
Lindsay, I think it's time to pull out the mini bands. This lower body block is 8 minutes of work. You're going to repeat 3 exercises until time is called. Let's go ahead, set it up. Make sure you're in a seated position when you put on your mini band. One leg at a time. We're going to make sure it lays flat just below the knee in that mid band position. We're going to start with 12 total reps of a squat to alternating leg lift. Feet are hip width apart to maintain tension on the band, then making that lateral move with our legs, switching sides. An option here, a little bit goes a long way on that leg lift, so reduce the range of motion if you need to. Next up, 6 total reps of a monster walk. As you can see, we're in that semi-squat, creating a C with our foot, getting that rotation going. It's going to be 4 steps forward, 4 steps back. That's going to count as 1 rep. You have 6. Last but not least, we've got 12 total reps of a plank alternating leg lift. Feet are hip width apart. We're down on our forearms, elbows stacked underneath the shoulders, squeezing the glutes as we raise that heel off the ground. Back to the starting position. An option here, you can go ahead, drop one knee down, raising one leg at a time. You've got 8 minutes of work. Go ahead, put on your mini band and get started.
Our first touch in the woods, real-life echoes through. Sun falls down, but heartbeat rises. Following the echo air, we move from here to there. Just like children, we are free now. A magical moment with you. We found something real. We're not looking back at yesterday or tomorrow. We are here now, we have each other, and our hearts beat together. Oh, oh, 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 hearts beat together. Oh,
Family, this block is all about the lower body. It's going to be 8 minutes long, consists of 4 exercises for 8 reps apiece. And you ready to get into this?
Ready.
All right, so we're gonna kick it off with our goblet squat for tempo. Feet are just wider than your hips, holding your object out in front of you, and the key is tempo. So notice it's gonna be a slow, controlled 3 seconds on the descend and 1 explosive count on the way right back up. Flowing into our second exercise, widen out our stance, your toes slightly outward. It is our sumo squat to Frogger. So what Angie's doing is she's dropping her object on the ground. She's exploding up, landing soft, and performing that sumo squat. Option, you can just come up on your toes. That looks great. Transitioning into our body weight, alternating step up with knee raise. When you're stepping up on your object, you wanna make sure that your heel is all the way on top, sticking your balance, keeping your core tight, and activating your glutes and hamstrings. Whew. Number 4. Our last one is going to be our lateral hop over. So one foot is on top of your object, going side to side, staying under control, or if it's better for you, we'll just slow things down, keeping one foot on top of your box the entire time. Again, 4 exercises, 8 minute total, 8 reps apiece. Let's see what you got.
This block is all about the glutes. We're going to use the mini bands, and you're going to have 6 minutes to go through these 3 exercises for as many rounds as you can do. The first exercise is going to be an external hip rotation to a lateral lunge. When you're doing this exercise, think about when you land, sitting back into your heel and not letting your chest drop. The option, limit your range of motion. You're going to do 6 on one side, 6 on the other. Then you'll come down and place the mini band in the high band position, which is just above the knee. You're going to perform a high band hip bridge. So you'll lay all the way back. The weight is going to be in the heels. Keep tension into the band. Lift the hips up. Squeeze at the top. Slowly lower the weight back down. You're going to perform 12 reps. Your option is to limit your range of motion. The third movement is going to be an iso hip bridge to a walkout. Now, when you walk out, you only take 1 step out with each foot and then 1 step back in. Try to keep tension in the glutes and not arch your back. Option, limit your range of motion. Don't walk out as far. So you're going to do 12 reps of that movement, and then you'll repeat that circuit for 6 minutes, getting as many rounds as possible. Let's get to work.
take it back to base, push, all out. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
6-minute block, 30 seconds at each effort, and we will end with a rest. So your base effort, your challenging but doable effort, alternating curtsy lunge. Making sure we're squared up, we're gonna step back behind with one leg, lowering the body to the ground but keeping the chest tall. Alternating each rep, option, just reduce your range of motion. Then we're gonna take the intensity up, our uncomfortable push effort, speed skaters. Working on now adding a plyometric bounce back and forth, holding the core tight at the end and hitting that pause. When it's time to take it all out, we're gonna do a 3-step lateral shuffle. Step, step, and hold. Step, step, and hold. Even higher intensity, higher heart rate. 30 seconds there, we'll take it to a 30-second rest. We'll repeat 3 rounds.
Let's do it.
Let's get to work.
I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. Let's burn it down. Let's burn it down. Let's burn it down. Your touch and kiss, my heart's first wish is coming true. I've begun to grow, and now I know you're the one for me. And I've been known to give in too easily before, but I know I feel something I've never felt before. Then you told me stay, don't worry, be strong, come along, be with me. It's not too late to change, don't worry, be strong, come along, be with me. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. I'm feeling like a flame, and I wanna be the flame in your fire. Let's burn it down. Let's burn it down.
for this 8-minute core block, we're going to challenge one of the most important anchors of our body, and we're going to add a little spice by adding a mini band. So we're going to have 5 exercises. Dee Dee, you're going to start with the mini band around your toes. So that means sit down, make sure it's nice and safe. We're going to place the band around the toes and the balls of the foot. First exercise is a bicycle crunch, laying flat, always making sure the belly button is pulled into the ground. Elbows are nice and wide. We're going to rotate. Bring one elbow towards the opposite knee. Again, keeping the back nice and flat with tension on the band. 12 reps total here. Then we're going to relax our shoulders. Arms go up for a dead bug. Knees are at 90 degrees. We're going to straighten out one arm and the opposite leg, making it nice and wide, slow and controlled. Bring it back and switch sides. Again, back is always flat. Think tortoise, not the hare. 12 total. Then we're going to come into our reverse crunch. So our palms are flat for stability, same tension on the band. We're lowering the heels down, slow and controlled, and crunching back up. Belly button's flat, and that band is nice and tight. 12 total reps. After those 3 exercises, we're going to move the band from the toes up to the wrist position for isometric holds. So again, right where you would wear that watch, we're going to lay nice and flat. We're going to do a static crunch with scissors. So tension through the band, shoulders pop up off the mat, chin stays lifted. We're going to drop one leg down towards the floor and all together moving, switching legs. Tricky part here, again, the back stays flat. 12 total with the isometric hold. To finish, we're going to bring both legs up. We're going to crunch through the core to drive the band up towards the toes. It's a little movement, but it's important because it all stays contracted. 12 total here. And Dee Dee, how did that feel?
I'm on fire.
Let's get you guys on fire too. 8-minute core block, get to work.
you've worked hard to this point, but what's equally important is the flexibility block. With this one, primarily, we're gonna be working the posterior chain, those hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. Our focus here is to make sure that we reduce injury, especially hunching our shoulders over, hitting next episode on our favorite streaming service. We have 4 movements that we're gonna hold for 20 seconds each. Em, you ready to do this? Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna start things off with our standing overhead side reach. We're gonna bring our arms overhead. We're gonna grab that wrist, nice deep breath, leaning to our left side to start off, working the lats and the obliques. As we get a little bit deeper into that stretch, each inhale on the exhalation, we're gonna see if we can get a millimeter further into that. Now, whatever range of motion is available to you, use that. Then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. Nice deep breath, chest nice and tall. And let's come back to that starting position. Next up, we have our standing toe reach. Nice deep breath, feet together, shoulders back nice and proud. We're gonna hinge from the waist, keeping that chest nice and tall, reaching for those toes. Working primarily with our hamstrings, glutes, a little bit with the lower back here. Now, Emily has ridiculous flexibility. You may not have that available to you. So you can always go to the calves, maybe behind the knees. Again, whatever's available to you at that moment. Very nice. Let's go ahead, walk those hands out to a high plank. We're gonna get ourselves ready for a downward dog. We're gonna start from our high plank position, walk the hands back just a little bit, pressing through the hands, raising those glutes in the air. Legs are straight to really emphasize that stretch on the hamstrings. And for an added benefit on the calves, we're gonna add a running addition to it, alternating, bending each knee. Nice, slow, and controlled here. Last but not least, we have a runner's lunge with a rotation. We're gonna step one foot out nice and wide, dropping that back knee down to the ground. We're gonna bring both hands down to the inside of that right leg, pressing that elbow into the right knee. We're gonna reach up with our left hand, reaching for the sky. This is gonna work the thoracic spine, really making sure we keep it nice and safe. Holding it for 20 seconds, bringing it back down, and then switch sides. You have 4 exercises, 20-second hold for each. Go ahead and cool down. You've earned it.
All the way, I call the shots. I own this spot. Unafraid of who I am. Unafraid to be the best of everything I am. Unafraid touch the sky. Unafraid, unafraid, unafraid of who I am. My energy's on the rise. When I looked inwardly, I saw who I was. No temper fits my curves, and now I'm looking in straight to the heart. I told you as it is, I own this spot. If I fall or if I fail, I'll get up again. 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 Take me as I am. I own this spot. If I fall or if I fail, I'll get up again. Going all the way, I call the shots. touch the sky. Unafraid